Hi, this is Kevin Kerr for Uncommon Wisdom Daily TV. Aside from water, the world's biggest thirst is for oil. And since the last major oil crisis in the 1980s, the world's population has exploded. Look at China, home to 1.3 billion people, and India, with more than another billion. Both are growing like crazy, and both must have energy. And if you toss our own oil addiction into the mix, the problem gets even bigger. After all, in the U.S., we have an insatiable desire for bigger and better, whether it's cars, boats, houses, amusement parks, shopping malls, or all the other things in our society that demand large amounts of energy. That's hardly likely to change anytime soon. Now, combine this ongoing and growing global demand with dwindling worldwide supplies of easy-to-get-to, easy-to-refine crude oil and other energy supplies, and you get an equation for higher prices, much higher. At this moment, the U.S. doesn't have an energy source that would be as easy to produce and transport as oil, and things like corn-based ethanol are of little help. But while we are all aware of high gas prices every time we fill up, we often don't even notice how much we depend on another source of energy: electricity. Most of us take for granted that electricity will always be there. We flip on a switch and our stuff simply works. But when more and more people in more and more countries start making that assumption, you have a serious problem. Right now, 1 in every 3 people on the planet doesn't even have electricity. Even so, our electrical grids are overtaxed and electricity demand is higher than it's ever been. In China alone, electricity demand is 150% higher right now than it was when China first started to boom back in 1980. Imagine what will happen when the rest of China and India hop onto the power grid. The results could be catastrophic. Air traffic control grids that shut down, grocery stores without refrigerators, shopping malls, office towers, and major cities gone dark, printers and fax machines that don't spit out documents anymore, subways that don't run, cell phones that don't ring, computers that don't tell you you have new email because there is no email. Oh, and by the way, there's no internet either. And where the electrical grid is still functioning, it's plagued with dead zones that have made the whole network completely unreliable. It's a bleak, yet realistic picture of what could happen if long-term investment in our energy future is not made. Billions of dollars desperately need to go into new electricity resources right now. Otherwise, frequent brownouts, blackouts, and shutdowns on a scale 10 times greater than anything we're seeing today is likely to be commonplace. There are a lot of ways you can take advantage of the shortfall of supply and the surging demand for electricity. Everything from nuclear and solar to natural gas and wind turbines provide ways to profit in this sector. An ETF you could consider is the PowerShares Global Clean Energy Portfolio. It holds companies that focus on greener and renewable energy sources. Also, VanEck sponsors the Global Alternative Energy ETF. This fund owns 30 stocks with the highest average trading volume and market capitalization that are principally engaged in the alternative energy business. These are just 2 of many ways to tap into the growing long-term demand for solutions to our ever-shrinking supply of fossil fuels and the insatiable demand for more power. I'm Kevin Kerr for Uncommon Wisdom Daily TV. Thanks for watching.